So factors the co-occur listed that made someone American include a sense of liberty, dedication to farming and cultivating the land as an entity, and coming together as a diverse culture to form their own entity. He also said that the American people also embraced opportunity and freedom. Over 200 years later, most of the qualities the Democratic Corps listed still remain the same. There's a strong sense of freedom and opportunity with the name America and the American dream. But even though some of those qualities still exist today, they're not truly available to everyone. Everyone has, in my opinion, different access to these factors, just depending on your background, where you're coming from, stuff like that. And this is the same for back in the day too. People of color, enslaved people, Native Americans, women, they didn't all have access to these things. So it's still relevant today in that aspect as well. So the two fractures talked about in chapters 6 and 7 are one, the Federalists versus the Democratic Republicans, which would end up leading to the creation of political parties, and the other being slavery and how the South depended on it differently than the North did, which would eventually lead to the Civil War. In my opinion, the fracture over slavery was the more impactful fracture that occurred, since it led to the dividing of our nation and ultimately a civil war where the fate of our nation was decided through that. And without it, today it wouldn't have led to more equality in different races, and especially those who are descended from those who were enslaved. It was ultimately because of this fracture that African Americans are no longer enslaved and can exist freely among the population.